World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Good day to all of our listeners here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service. This is World News in 5 and I'm your host, Steph Vicente. Iran says it is no longer bound by last month's 14-point agreement with the United States. That's according to Iranian Deputy Foreign Minister Kazem Garibabadi. Speaking to state-run media, the CNN reports, Deputy Foreign Minister Garibabadi said the core of the Islamabad memorandum focused on ending the war and halting military operations against Iran and its allies. He pointed to continued Israeli strikes against Hezbollah in Lebanon as evidence that the agreement has not been upheld. Because of this, the official said there are currently no valid obligations for either Washington or Tehran under the deal. Deputy Foreign Minister Garibabadi also rejected expectations that Iran would follow through on commitments such as reopening the Strait of Hormuz. He added that Iran will not initiate new negotiations, accusing the United States of causing the breakdown of the ceasefire. In other news overseas, the United States has resumed its naval blockade of ships traveling to and from Iranian ports, according to the U.S. Central Command. The CNN reports the blockade took effect at 4 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern Time, just a day after President Donald Trump announced its return. U.S. forces are also conducting additional strikes targeting Iranian capabilities near the Strait of Hormuz. The move is part of a broader effort by Washington to reassert control over key shipping routes in the region. President Trump initially said commercial vessels would be charged a 20% fee for protection in the strait, but later suggested Gulf Arab states would instead pursue trade and investment deals with the U.S. A similar blockade had been enforced earlier in the conflict, lasting about 2 months from April to June. And finally, Iran is accusing the United States of carrying out a deadly strike in the country's south that killed 3 family members of a park ranger. According to the Iranian Foreign Ministry, the CNN reports, the attack hit an environmental protection post in Hormozgan province on Tuesday morning. Iranian state media reported that the ranger survived the strike, but his 2 sons and daughter-in-law were killed. The claims have not been independently verified, and U.S. Central Command has not yet responded to requests for comment. Iranian officials condemned the incident, calling it another example of what they describe as ongoing American aggression. They also warned that such actions would only strengthen Iran's resolve to seek accountability for those responsible. And that concludes today's edition of World News in 5. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, this has been Steph Vicente. Good day and stay safe, everyone.
World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.